Okay, let's look at this potential opportunity here in Pretoria West. It's a two-bedroom apartment, 54 square meters for two beds. That's quite small, 54 square meters for a two-bedroom. So my assumption is that this is probably a one bed that's been converted into a two bed with some sort of partitioning. The spacious one and a half bed. Okay, so they've already mentioned that it's one and a half. The flat is a good investment by making two rooms in the living area. So you'll see that that's quite common in your sort of CBD, lower to middle income areas. When you're looking at your purchase price of about 300,000, to subdivide a one bedroom into two bedrooms is quite common. So the key things that I'm looking for as I go through these pictures is the amount of renovations required. So I'm looking at kitchen, bathroom, what kind of touches up there are needed, and then I'm looking for plumbing, any plumbing irregularities, and electrical. So if I can see the DB board, that'll be great. This picture's not great. This estate agent, I don't know. Either they didn't get a professional photographer, or obviously they didn't, and they took it with their phone, but they might be an average estate agent, which is good for me because I want to be able to negotiate. Okay, so here you can see the partitioning. So they've tried to make a small room out of this. And here's potentially another room that they've closed off. Bathroom obviously will need some touch-ups and some renovations. This piping looks very old. Obviously you'll get a COC, certificate of compliance, when the seller sells to you, which says that your electricals and water is in order, but you obviously want to have a sort of a building inspector in place. So yeah, not much that you can tell from these photos, unfortunately. Let's run the numbers on this. So I'm going to open up the My Property app and going to analyze a new deal. A little pro tip: I usually just take this URL and I put it here in this description so that when you want to show it to somebody, you've got quick access to it. The asking price here is 300,000. As you guys know, I'm a proponent of discounts, so I would probably start off with a 240,000 Rand offer. About a 20% discount is what I go for. To determine the monthly rentals, I use Pocketlet, and here Pocketlet is telling me that an average two-bedroom in Pretoria West is going for about 5,500. So I'll put 5,500. Step number 2, you go to buying costs. This app called Uber is really simple and easy to use. So purchase price of 240,000. I'm assuming I'm going to get a full 100% loan. It's not always possible, but it's definitely been done before. Buy it in a company name. So here the total cost is about 26,500. Refurbishments, I didn't get that much from those pictures. If I don't see a lot, I tend to be a little bit more cautious. So I'm going to put about 5,000 into the kitchen, 5,000 into the bathroom, 5,000 into tiling, 5,000 into painting, electricals 3,500, and 3,500 into plumbing, and then I might put a contingency of about 5%. So yeah, we're calling it 28,000. About your 20 to 30,000 to kind of revamp that kind of unit would be, I think, fair. Any other costs here, things like your zoning and planning application probably aren't going to be applicable in this deal. I'm assuming 100% loan. I'm going to go for 9.5%. As much as it's tempting to use 7%, which is currently the prime interest rate, I'm going to recommend that you use 9.5%, because at some point the interest rate will come back up. Okay, we go back to the Property 24 app. It says here rates and taxes of 98 and levies of 1069. So levies of 1069, 98. Obviously, guys, these are needing to be confirmed by some sort of COJ bill or by annual financial statements from the building to show that this is the levies. Insurance should be included in the levies. Again, check the annual financial statements. Voids. So the property is not going to be full all day, every day. So I would probably put about an 8% vacancy period. Management is usually hovering around 8 to 10%, and then maintenance, I'd put a 5% budget in. That might seem low, but remember I've already put about 20,000 in my refurb cost. So the cash flow on this one is 874. Let's see if it's worth the return on investment. 19%, that's fantastic. The capital that I'm going to have to put in is 54,850. That's the renovation budget, as well as the transfer costs and the bond registration costs. Because I'm getting 100% loan to value, the bank is going to buy most of this property. If I go back here and I just change the financing cost to 90%, and I go back to my summary tab, the return will probably be slightly less. It's now 16%. I'm going to have to put a little bit more money in. I'm going to have to put just under 80,000 Rand to make the deal happen, and that is because I have to put a little bit more into the deposit. So that's an example of a Pretoria West deal. please contact me if you'd like to get some personalized coaching.
Are you tired of having more month at the end of your money? It's time to venture into property investing. And although it may seem scary, don't worry. We've created tons of resources to help you get started. From tools that help you analyze deals to online training courses to one-on-one specialized coaching. Click the link in the comments below and get started today.